Here we are back at the Pacific Coliseum for the short track 1,000 meter event. Another speed skating event coming up here. Test for who's the fastest on a pair of skates. So we got to see the 500 meter event, which was a test of explosive speed and timing. But now we'll get to see how we'll see agility now be tested between our competitors. First competitor coming up will be Dr. Eggman. And man, I'm excited for this one. And, slip start there by Dr. Eggman, but the key to this one, good turning and good agility. That's the goal for the short track 1,000 meter event. As the world record time is a 109.537. As we're already seeing some good turns here by Eggman. He is quite a bit distance behind world record pace, but already entering the final lip. These things are going to go by quick, as he slams into the side walling there, and he will close out the race, and we'll see what that final time is. But yes, these competitors are going to go one by one, quick. So third event of day 2 already underway. Eggman will get a 125.975. Blaze will be up next, another Team Sonic competitor coming up next here at the Pacific Coliseum. Yep, this also goes into, there's going to be another event here later on, the short track relay, as Blaze gets ready to start. And another slipping start there by Blaze. So already two bad starts for Team Sonic already. But we'll get to see how these competitors handle themselves in the relay event, which will only be a final because there's only 4 relay teams that are competing. As we're already here in lap 3 now with Blaze. Can she keep up with this group? Going into this final lap, already 20 seconds behind world record pace. Entering that final turn. And we'll finish the race there. We'll see what that time is. Coming up next will be Mario to kick it off for Team Mario here in this event. So, yep, a 136.255 for Blaze. Not a great time. So we'll get ready to see Mario get ready to take this event on. Just a reminder, top 8 competitors make the finals. Finals is where they'll get to compete for gold, silver, or bronze, as Mario will get ready to take off here. And a really good start out of Mario. So out of the gates, a pretty good start. And the goal of this event is just consistency and agility. Can you hit those turns properly? And it looks like Mario is already. He's already hitting a couple of good turns. Wow, look at him go. He's putting together a pretty good race so far. Going into the final lap, it doesn't seem like he has skipped a beat. And will finish that race out strong. We'll see what that time is. That's going to look to be a pretty good time. And it might be the time to beat in this preliminary round. Yeah, 112.574. A really decent time out of Mario there. Coming up next will be Sonic to represent Team Sonic, the third Sonic competitor of the day in this event. So Mario just getting about 3 seconds away from world record time. And Sonic, another bad start from Team Sonic. So a couple of bad starts already today. As Sonic having some trouble staying on a consistent route here. Oh, wow. 8 seconds behind world record pace going into that third lap here, entering the final lap now. And can Sonic finish this race out strong? We'll see there. Ooh, a nice one. So a good finish there. We'll see what that final time is. Yes. Was able to make up for his mistake on that poor start early on. A 119.297. Up next will be Bowser, so should be interesting to watch how the remaining 16 competitors handle themselves. Already good time out of Mario. as Bowser off to a decent start there. So seems like Team Mario getting the better starts today in this short track event. And that's a... That's a good... Not the best turning, though. Bowser having a little bit of trouble staying on those consistent turns. And, yep, 13 seconds behind world record pace. Can he make up for it here? Enters that final turn and crosses the finish line. We'll see what that time gets him. And it will be a 126.063. So nowhere near Mario's time, or really Sonic's time for that matter. Next competitor coming up will be Wario, so it should be interesting to see how, if Team Mario can continue with these good starts in this event. This has already been a good start for them. Mario already having the top time so far. And Wario gets off to a good start, so already a really good start for Team Mario with these timing it at the gun, and wow, really good turning here from Wario. That's a really good turn. 2.6 seconds behind world record pace, and he's really hitting these turns really, really well. Entering that final turn now. And oh, wow, that's going to be a really good time. We'll see what that final time is. And it's going to be a 113.181, so a really good time out of Wario there. Next competitor coming up, Waluigi, but we've already had the top two times are Team Mario, with a 112 out of Mario and a 113 out of Wario. We'll see how Waluigi does here. And another good start off the gun there. Perfect. Let's see if he can keep his turns consistent. That's how you keep up with world record pace, and that's how you get a really fast time in this event. So a couple of good turns already. And Waluigi now entering that final lap, gonna go and use his special and cross the finish line. We'll see what kind of time that's gonna get him. And that final time will be a 120.988. Coming up next will be Knuckles, so finally we'll get to see a Team Sonic skater in this event. After 4 of the last 5 competitors being Team Mario. We'll see if he can put together a good race. Right now, Sonic has the fastest time of any of the Team Sonic competitors to go as of right now. And another poor start. Already poor starts all around for Team Sonic, and that is going to cost them probably quite a few spots in the finals. We'll see if Knuckles can make it up here after just 2 laps. Trying to be consistent in his turns. That's really all you can hope for. Knuckles kind of being a little bit on the outside too much with these turns, as Knuckles going to bang into the wall. Oh, and we'll see what kind of time that's going to be. Not really sure if that's what he wanted. Let's see what that final time is. It'll be a 125.456. Coming up next will be Tails, another Team Sonic competitor. Hopefully he can maybe get more than maybe just one Team Sonic competitor in a finals position here. Seems like Sonic has the only decent time out of a Team Sonic racer right now. And finally, we get to see a good start. Tails already having a really good start out of the gate here. And Tails there, kind of pick up a little bit. Trying to pick up speed here. Going into this final lap now. And finish the race there. We'll see what that final time is. And it's going to be a 120.035 is his time. So, just slightly slower than Sonic. Coming up next will be Peach, the next competitor for this event. As Peach will get ready to go, and oh, decent start there. We'll see if she can put together a good race. Oh, and she's ahead of world record pace right now. Trying to stay consistent on the turns. Can't really as she slides into the barrier, into the wall. Gonna make that final turn of the third lap. Going into lap number 4. 4 seconds behind world record pace here. Final turn, gonna skate through, and oh, that should be a good time. We'll see what she's gonna get here, as that's a 116.433, so faster than Sonic, and that could put, if she can hold on, that could be another finals time. I think we're probably looking around the 117, 118 range. That's probably where you want to be, as Amy will be the next competitor here. And a good start there. So good to see that there's some good starts here, as she will use that special a little bit early. Curious if this is going to help her out here. Going to turn. Oh, not the best turn. She keeps sliding out of her turning lane there. Next one as... Ooh, that's another... Not the best at being consistent in her turns. She crosses the finish line. We'll see what kind of time that's going to be. Curious what it is. It's going to be a 121.508. That's going to be her time. The next competitor coming up, Vector. So that's going to be slightly slower than Tails. And we'll see what the next Sonic competitor in Vector can do here. Now we got Vector here. And a decent start there. So now we're starting to get a little bit better with these starts. Vector trying to be a little bit... Trying to get some consistency in his turns. He's going to slide a little bit to the outside. Not the greatest there. As, 10.5 seconds behind world record pace. We'll see if he can turn it around here in this final lap. As he makes that final turn, and we'll finish the race there. What kind of time is he going to have now? A 126.714. And now we enter into the final 8 competitors of this event for the preliminary round. Shadow coming up next here. And man, has he had a great start to this tournament, with making finals in 3 events so far. Actually, I think 4 events. We have to... Oh, and a tough start there for Shadow. So Shadow not off to the greatest of starts here. He's going to have to make up some ground. And Shadow trying to be a little bit consistent on these turns to make up the time. Already having good turns already. Entering that last final lap here. We'll see if he can make it happen. As he crosses the finish line, we'll see what that final time is. Already in this tournament, Shadow having great performance after great performance. 124.761 as we'll get ready for the next competitor. Yeah, Shadow making 4 finals already. I don't know if that time is going to be good enough, however, to make a finals. So this might be the first finals that Shadow will be missing out on. But still, to make 4 finals consecutively as we go into this next racer with Daisy. see if she can put together a good race. Got a good start off the gun there. We'll see if she can have some good turns in this event to see if she can make up ground here. Entering to lap 3 and already having some really decent turns. Entering the final lap now. Final turn of the final lap. Can Daisy finish it off? She can. Good job there. We'll see what that time is. And it will be a 1:18.647. So, decent time overall. We'll see if it might be enough to get her into the finals. That looks like to be one that's right on the edge of maybe making it. Next competitor will be Bowser Jr., so we get another Team Mario competitor in there. We'll see if Bowser Jr. can make something happen. And a little bit of a slipping start there. Not the best you want, not exactly what you want to see. And that's kind of been the name of the game so far, is who's been getting better starts. And that might be the difference on who makes the finals in this event and who doesn't. 10 seconds behind world record pace, but Bowser Jr. having some good turns here. Entering the final lap, can he make up ground? As he goes into that final turn and will cross the finish line, we'll see what kind of time that is. I don't know if it'll be good enough to make finals. And it will be a 1:24.068. So I think just outside that range of who is in the finals or could make the finals here. But a good way to respond, good way to bounce back from a poor start to get a decent time. As we're on to the next competitor, Luigi. And Luigi, decent start, a little bit slow out of the gate there, but we'll see if he can make it up. Luigi goes into the second lap now. Less than a second behind world record pace. Lap 3 already. And Luigi, he's been decent on these turns. These are really consistent turns, in fact. Going into the final lap here. Final turn now. Slams into the wall, bounces off, and will cross the finish line. We'll see what kind of time that is. Curious what it's going to be. Luigi pumping up the crowd. It's a 1:17.561. Could that maybe get him in? That might be enough to. As we will now get to see the next competitor, Yoshi. And we're already into the final 4 competitors of this event. Like I said, this one's going to go by quickly. And man, I can't wait for the day these finals happen, along with the short track relay finals. As Yoshi will go off the sound of the gun, and we'll see if Yoshi, who made the finals in the 500-meter event, is entering the finals in the 500-meter event as the number 2 seed, just behind the number 1 overall seed, Sonic. But we'll see if Yoshi can put together a good time. He's already putting together a couple of good turns already, as he's entering that final lap already. Could Yoshi... Oh, not a good time to use that special. Hits the wall. Oh, wow. That is not a good... That's not a good way to end it. We'll see what that means for his final time, as that will be a 1:20.379. So that might be right on the edge, maybe. That's kind of in that no man's land, whether you make finals or not. Next competitor will be Metal Sonic, so we'll see if robot version of Sonic can make finals as well. So let's get ready to see this. A little bit slow off the start there, and that's maybe Metal Sonic being a little bit cautious about not getting a bad start there, as you've seen a couple of competitors have slipped up in these starts in this event. As Metal Sonic going to go into that turn now. He's kind of skidding all over the track here. And now going into that final turn, as he crossed the finish line, we'll see what kind of time that means for him. And Metal Sonic. That will be a 123.2. So, an okay time. I don't know if it'll be enough to make him into the finals, but that should be we'll see on how these last two competitors perform. That looks like the time just on the outside looking in, though. And Silver will be the next competitor, second to last competitor in this event. We'll have one more event on the day as Silver gets the start there. The ski jumping event is the last event of the day. This is the second to last one as Silver going to try to put together a good time. Try to be consistent on those turns. He is being really consistent on those turns. We're already in lap 3. He's making some good turns already. Getting to the outside, final lap now. We'll see if this gets him anywhere. Goes to the outside, hits off the wall. Okay, what kind of time is that going to be? And that's a 1:15.609. That's definitely going to be good enough to make it to finals. That currently puts Silver in the third position right now, behind Mario and Wario. We get to see our final competitor in the short track event of the day. It's going to be Donkey Kong coming up next, the final competitor. Ready. And Donkey Kong gets a good start. So we'll see if Donkey Kong can get himself into the finals as the final competitor here at the Pacific Coliseum. And that's a really good start by him and a couple good turns already. Wow, he's being consistent. He's 2.4 seconds behind world record pace. Doing a really good job here, going into the final lap already. And already DK crosses the finish line. A great finish there. We'll see what that final time is and if it'll be good enough. It will be good enough. 1:15.046. That makes him the third fastest going into the finals for this event. Now that means Team Mario has 3 competitors seeded 1, 2, and 3. And if this was the finals, they would have swept gold, silver, and bronze. So, could not have had a better event for Team Mario than this one right here. So to go over it, here are your finalists right now. As it stands, Mario is your number 1 seed, followed by Wario. DK's your 3 seed, Silver your 4 seed, Peach your 5 seed, Luigi your 6 seed, Daisy your 7 seed, and just sneaking in as your 8th seed will be Sonic. Your 2 competitors to barely miss out were Tails and Yoshi, and who finished 9th and 10th respectively. Tails missing it by about 0.8 of a second. That was your difference between 8th and 9th. But overall, those are your finals. What a great event this was, especially if you're rooting for Team Mario. They have now 3 competitors in the top 3 seeds. And boy, I can't wait for the finals here back at Pacific Coliseum for both this event and the short track relay. But overall, that'll do it for this event. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next event, which will be the final event of day 2. It'll be the ski jumping event. But that'll do it. Thank you again, and take care.